Hello friends, myself Deepak Tiwari. Again welcome you on my YouTube channel Math Tutorial Ambikapur. In this video, I am going to discuss on Hamiltonian mechanics. Under this, I shall define Hamilton function and derive Hamilton canonical equation of motion. This topic is a part of classical mechanics and it is very important for MSc students of maths and physics stream. Historically, Hamilton function was firstly introduced by mathematician W.R. Hamilton in 1835 to express the rate of change in time of condition of a dynamical physical system, one regarded as a set of moving particles. This function is abbreviated by Hamiltonian also. The Hamiltonian of a system specifies its total energy, that is the sum of kinetic energy, that means motion, and potential energy, that means position, in terms of Lagrangian function, which introduced by famous mathematician Joseph Louis Lagrange in 1788. About Lagrangian function, I have discussed in my previous videos. Now, arise the question why we have to need Hamiltonian formulation. So, we discuss on this question. In Lagrangian formulation, there are three n equations of motion of second order of a system containing n particles in the absence of holonomic constraints, which we observed in last classes. For general assumption, it is more easy to write 6n partial differential equation of first order in place of 3n equation of the second order. For this purpose, there are 6n degree of freedom or 6n dimensional space, which known as phase space or gamma space or mu space. In this space, there is no distinction between position and momentum coordinates, where momenta are independent variable. In phase space, a single particle is specified by 6 coordinates, where 3 position coordinates and 3 momentum coordinates, which briefly formed by q1, q2 up to qk up to q3n and p1, p2, pk up to p3n. Now, we derive Hamiltonian function and derive Hamilton canonical equation. For derive Hamiltonian function, we take here Lagrange function. Since by Lagrangian function, we know that it's expressed by L is equal to L of qk dot t, that's called equation number first. When we differentiate this function with respect to t, then we have dl upon dt is equal to summation k del L upon del qk dot plus summation k del L upon del qk double dot plus del L upon del t. That implies dl upon dt is equal to summation k d by dt del L upon del qk dot into qk dot plus summation k del L upon del qk dot qk double dot plus del L upon del t. Why? Because by Lagrange equation we know that del L upon del qk is equal to d by dt del L upon del qk dot. So we apply here Lagrange equation in place of del L by q. That implies del dl upon dt is equal to summation k, and these two terms may be written as d by dt del L upon del qk dot into qk dot plus del L upon del t. That implies d by dt summation k del L upon del qk dot minus L is equal to minus del L upon del t. Since we know that pk is equal to del L upon del qk dot, that is pk is equal to del L upon del qk dot. So we replace here del L by del qk dot by pk. Then we have d by dt summation k pk qk dot minus L is equal to minus del L upon del t. This, in this bracket, this term is known as Hamiltonian function, that is h is equal to summation k pk qk dot minus L. This called equation number 2nd, and this may be written as h is equal to h of pk qk and t. This is equation number 3rd, and this known as Hamiltonian function, and it may be represented as h is equal to summation k pk qk dot minus L. Our next is derivation of Hamilton's canonical equation. For this, we assume that Hamilton function, that is h is equal to h of pk qk t, that is in equation number 1st. So third implies dh is equal to summation k del h upon del pk dpk plus summation k del h upon del qk dqk plus del h upon del t dt is called equation number 4. And also we have in equation 2nd h is equal to summation k pk qk dot minus L. So second implies we have dh is equal to summation k qk dot dpk minus summation k pk dqk dot minus dl is called equation number 5. Also in equation 1st we have L is equal to L of qk dot t. So first implies it may be written as dl is equal to summation k del L upon del qk dqk plus summation del upon del qk dot dqk dot plus del L upon del t dt. Since we know that del L upon del qk is equal to pk dot and del L upon del L upon del qk dot is equal to pk. So we replace these terms, then we have dl is equal to summation k pk dot dqk plus summation k pk dqk dot plus del L upon del t dt is called equation number 6. Now in equation 5, putting the value of dl from equation number 6, then we obtain dh is equal to summation k qk dot dpk minus summation k pk dqk dot minus summation k pk dqk plus summation k pk dqk dot plus del upon del t dt. This is the value of dl. Here we observe that the terms Pk d Qk dot is cancelled by this term. Then remaining term is summation k Qk dot dPk minus summation k Pk dQk minus del L upon del T dt. This is called equation number 7. On comparing the coefficient of dPk, dQk and dt from equation number 6 and from equation number 4 and 7, then we obtain del H upon del Pk is equal to Qk dot del H upon del Pk is equal to Qk dot del H upon del Qk is equal to minus Pk dot and del H upon del T is equal to minus del L upon del T. This equation is known as Hamilton equation of motion or Hamilton canonical equation of motion. In the case of system of n particles, there are 6n partial differential equation of first order in terms of rectangular coordinates in place of 3n Lagrangian equation which represent in equation number 8. Next, we discuss on physical significance of Hamiltonian function. For this, we have from equation number 3rd, h is equal to h of pk qk t, and when we differentiate this function with respect to t, then we obtain dh upon dt is equal to summation k del h upon del pk dot plus summation k del h upon del qk into qk dot plus del h upon del t, implies that dh upon dt is equal to summation k qk dot pk dot. Why qk dot? Because from Hamilton canonical equation of motion we have del h upon del pk is equal to qk dot, which we mentioned in equation number 8. Also del h upon del qk is equal to minus pk dot, which we mentioned in equation number 8, plus del h upon del t is replaced by minus del L upon del t. Now since here this term is cancelled out by this term, and since L is not explicit function of time t, so del L by del t is equal to 0. That means this term will be 0. So remaining term may be written as dh upon dt is equal to 0. On integrated this, then we get h is equal to constant. That is, if the Lagrangian L is not an explicit function of time, then the Hamiltonian function h will be constant. Next, we discuss Hamiltonian function for conservative system. If potential energy does not depend upon, then del V upon del Qk dot is equal to 0. So second implies we have, that is in equation number 2nd, we have H is equal to summation K Pk Qk dot minus L. So second implies we have H is equal to summation K del L upon del Qk dot into Qk dot. Why? Because we have Pk is equal to del L upon del Qk dot is equal to summation K Qk dot del by del Qk dot, and since we know that L is equal to T minus V, so we write here L equal to T minus V, then these terms change in summation K Qk dot del by del Qk dot T minus V minus L is equal to summation K Qk dot del T upon del Qk dot minus L. Here del V upon del Qk dot is equal to 0, so we neglect this term. Is equal to summation K Qk dot del upon del Qk dot summation K half Mk Qk dot square minus L. Why? Because we know that kinetic energy T is defined as T is equal to summation K half Mk Qk dot square. On differentiating this term with respect to Qk dot, we get summation K Mk Qk dot and Qk dot, that is Qk dot square minus L. Now from this equation we observe that 2t is equal to summation K Mk Qk dot square. So this term replaced by 2t, and then we have 2t minus T minus V. Why? Because L equal to T minus V, and calculating this, then we get T plus V, that is kinetic energy plus potential energy, is equal to total energy. Thus, for a conservative system where the coordinate transformation is independent of time, the Hamiltonian function H represent the total energy of the system, that is H is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy is equal to total energy. In next video, we discuss on application of Hamiltonian formulation and advantages of Hamiltonian formulation over Lagrangian formulation. Thank you.